You ever step out of a grocery store and feel like the world's about to flip on its head, only you're the last one to know it? That's how it all started for me. On an ordinary Thursday in Jefferson Heights, Los Angeles, with the sun sliding down and my mind on nothing but a couple apples and protein bars. Didn't matter that I was wearing this old black tactical jacket or that my boots still creaked from years of chasing ghosts overseas. All anyone could see was some middle-aged guy trying to blend in, maybe a little too well, but you know what they say, the folks who try hardest to disappear are usually the ones you ought to watch closest. Across the street, I could feel eyes on me, cop eyes. That's a sixth sense you never lose. Sure enough, Sergeant Harry Macon sat in his cruiser, arms folded, chewing gum like he hated it. The kind of cop who survives in the system by scaring the right people and protecting the wrong ones. He didn't recognize me, but it didn't matter. The way I carried myself, maybe the way I paused at the curb, was enough for him to decide I needed a little lesson. He popped his door, started over his rookie partner, Riley Trent, hustling after, still wiping coffee off his chin. "Hey," Macon barked, all authority and none of the grace. "You pay for that." Not a question, really more like a warning shot. I turned, slow, come old habit. "You saw me at the register," I said, barely glancing at the rookie, who nodded, embarrassed. "Yeah, we watched him pay," Trent started, but Macon shut him down with a glare. I lifted my bag, let the receipt peek out. Everything's in order, but I could see in Macon's eyes he wasn't after proof, he wanted submission. The sidewalk went quiet, a couple paused with their dog, phones started to come up, recording in that sneaky way people do when they sense trouble, but hope it's not theirs. "What's your name?" Macon leaned in, too close. "You don't need it." My answer flat, almost tired. And then, like he'd practiced it 100 times, his open palm slapped across my face hard enough that I tasted metal. Apples in my bag thudded together. But I didn't move. I just stared right back, letting the silence settle until you could feel every eye on that block staring, waiting. "You think you're somebody?" He spat, chest puffed out, trying to scare me, maybe trying to scare himself. "Think this city belongs to you?" "No," I answered, "but it sure doesn't belong to you." That's when the phones came up in earnest. Somebody whispered, "Yo, that's him. Is that Steven Seagal?" Not that it mattered to Macon by now. He was in too deep. Hand on his holster, flexing for the crowd, but not quite ready to draw. I set the bag down slow, apples rolling free on the concrete. "You don't want to do this," I told him, but he was past hearing. "You're under arrest." Resisting verbal command, last chance. He grabbed for my wrist, trying to twist, trying to shove me back, but this isn't the first time I've danced this dance. One move, one breath, and suddenly he's on the ground, his arm locked up, gun clattering away. The crowd, gasped, the world caught it all, every angle, every shout, every face. Officer Trent stood frozen, his radio trembling in his hand. "Unit 12 need immediate supervisor at Jefferson and 9th. Officer may be involved in unlawful force suspect is Steven Seagal." Scene secure. But it wasn't secure, not even close. A food vendor shouted, "Cop slapped him first." Another voice, "We got it all on camera." The chant grew, "Let him go, let him go." And for the first time in a long time, I saw the balance tip, even just a little toward justice. Macon, red-faced and panting, shouted from the pavement, "You're finished. I run this district." I let him up, no need to gloat. Just looked him dead in the eye and said, "Not anymore." I picked up my phone, dialed a number I hadn't called in years. "It happened," I said, voice steady. "Just like we thought." "No." He didn't even ask for my ID. "Make the call." Hung up, turned to face the sunset, first domino falling. Within an hour, the footage blew up, viral wildfire. Local news, then national, then global. By morning, everyone had an opinion, and not one of them could change what the cameras had seen. But that wasn't the real battle, not yet. I found myself sitting across from Chief Miguel Ortiz, head of internal affairs, the kind of man who knows how to keep secrets and when to spend them. He replayed the slap, the lock, the reversal, every frame, every angle. "This is going to get bad," he said, grave. "I didn't start it," I replied, "but I'm not about to let it slide." Ortiz showed me Macon's file clean on the surface, decorated, even. But underneath, it was all shadows. Unofficial complaints, sealed settlements, a program called SHIELD meant to stabilize communities, but really just cover for brutality. Macon was their poster boy, reactivated under some phony task unit, protected from the top. "I've got someone you need to meet," Ortiz said, leading me to Alexis Rhodes, a civil rights attorney who'd been chasing SHIELD for years. She didn't waste time. "What you did today gave us oxygen," she said, pushing a file into my hands, photos, redacted reports, witness statements. Same story, different names, excessive force, no body cams, outcome sealed up tight. But there was a twist. Officer Ethan Vels, a young patrolman who tried to report Macon 3 years back. He vanished. Some said he resigned. Some said he was pushed. Alexis thought he went into hiding. I told her I'd find him. That night, in a rundown duplex, I did. Vels looked like a ghost, thin, haunted. "You don't understand," he whispered. "SHIELD isn't a program. It's a doctrine. They're still training rookies, still running in other cities. If you push, they bury you." He handed me a drive. "Do not open unless dead." Inside, training manuals, internal videos, maps, name lists. I put a hand on his shoulder. "You don't have to be scared." Not anymore. The next morning, we sat with Ortiz and Alexis, watching training footage. Macon, in a room full of rookies, preaching, "Sometimes you've got to teach fear before you earn respect." That's all I needed. The plan was set. Expose not just Macon, but the entire network. This wasn't a job for the media or politicians. It was a job for people who had nothing left to lose. Ortiz, Alexis, myself, and a couple trusted techs set a trap, a controlled leak, bait for SHIELD's inner circle. Word got out. Steven Seagal had the goods, ready to go public. They took the bait. The warehouse was wired, feds on standby, the air thick with anticipation. At 1:18 a.m., black SUVs, no plates, no markings. 3 men came in 2 muscle, 1 in a suit. Senator Donovan Harland, the so-called security hawk, stepped forward. "You exposed men who kept order," he sneered. "You don't get to define order," I shot back. He gave the signal. His muscle went for their guns, but I moved first. 2 down in 7 seconds, guns skidding across concrete. Floodlights crashed down. Tactical teams stormed in. Ortiz and Alexis rolled in, streaming the whole show to the world. "Congratulations, Senator, you just confessed to an illegal enforcement network. Live on camera." His face twisted, but it was over. But, it never really ends there. Harland was a front. The real architect was Randolph Stain, a ghost from the Black Ops world, his fingerprints on every dirty job of the last 2 decades. They threatened my family, tried to spook me with old tricks, didn't work. We baited Stain out, forced his hand with a leak, tracked him to a private airfield. I went in alone. "You built something monstrous," I told him. "All systems need sacrifice," he shrugged. His guards tried to step in one quick move, and they were down. Feds stormed in, Stain in cuffs. By midnight, the empire started to fall. Still, the darkness ran deeper. Vels sent a final message. "You were just the beginning. There's more." He handed over footage, proof that SHIELD's doctrine had spread nationwide, hidden in police units under different names. By evening, we dropped it all, every file, every video, every name on every platform. The world erupted. Protests, indictments, resignations. People finally saw what had been lurking in the shadows all this time. Next morning, I found a note on my gym door. "We didn't just fight for us. You reminded us we were worth the fight." I stepped inside. No victory parade, no fanfare, just a quiet sense that for once the good guys got to write the ending. But here's the thing: justice is never simple, never finished, and never guaranteed. They try to break me, try to silence everyone who pushed back, but we fought, and we won for now. So, tell me, what do you think is real justice? Does it belong to the ones with the power, or to those who refuse to back down, no matter what? Let me know where you're watching from. Hit like, subscribe, and drop your tape below. Trust me, what's coming next will catch us all off guard.